Hello again. We've now arrived at lesson 4. Before we start, Felix wasn't happy with the photo that I used in the last lesson. So here's one that I hope he is happier with. Now, as you proceeded through lessons 1, 2 and 3, you might have noticed that there were lots of words and not many numbers. This is deliberate because it's words that generate understanding. The numbers are only relevant in that they help illustrate ideas. If you want to understand maths, you have to focus on the words. Now, I'm keeping this as simple as possible. I don't want it to appear mathematical, and I am making it oversimplified so that the basic ideas can filter through. But do not dismiss it. Give it plenty of thought because it contains the essential features found in very difficult mathematics. And our goal is to have you at the highest levels of achievement possible in maths. Now, don't be distracted by any of the words or numbers used. They're only present so ideas can flow and generate a coherent understanding. We'll investigate the second math style. Now, you'll remember that in the last lesson I indicated that maths consists of 3 flavours. Case 1, where you change the value of something. Case 2 is where you find the missing value in a scenario. And case 3, you illustrate all possibilities that are related. So here were examples of the case 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 2 is 4. The change is adding 2. Now here's an example of a case 2 or type 2 maths. You can see it's closely related to this one, but now there is a missing part. If you compare the two, you will see that the missing part is obviously 4. But that is not the way we want to use our understanding of maths. From here on, all conclusions, what's the missing value, must be made on the basis of a logical change from the information that is presented. So we must come to the conclusion the missing number is 4 by actively processing this equation that is supplied. Active processing, that is our goal. Now, expressed in words, what would we have started with if the result is 6? Notice how this seems to be acting in reverse compared to type 1. Obviously, the missing value is 4. It's simply common sense, or we might be using memory. Actually, memory is often unreliable, and maths has to be viewed as formalised common sense. Let's say the setting for an investigation is a school organising a fundraising meal at a restaurant. As the establishment prepares for the evening event, the waiter sees 6 chairs at a table. So he puts out 4 sets of the smaller children's cutlery. Now he has converted the 6 chairs into 4 children. A little artificial, certainly. When you use maths in real life, there is a context. And that context supplies the clues which leads you to successfully applying the maths. There's a danger here that you might dismiss all this as trivial. That is, the simplicity becomes a distraction. To avoid this and to allow the subtle but important underpinnings to take hold, I will work with it a little longer. Note the different emphasis in a type 2 question. From the school's perspective, children leading to chairs, 4 plus 2 becomes 6. From the waiter's perspective, chairs leading to children, 6 returns to 4. Now to do that, notice 6 returns to 4. We begin here, where the processing is. Any situation can be examined from different points of view. It doesn't have to have mathematics in it. For example, the dog chased the boy. That situation could be viewed as the boy was chased by the dog. Notice when we have a different focus, we have a different expression. Same in maths. 2 plus 1 is 3, or 2 is 3 minus 1. Notice how we are reversing our emphasis. Add 1, subtract 1. Here we are moving away from the 2. Here we are returning to 2. We'll look at the reverse statement a little longer. In mathematics, we can read an abbreviated statement or equation from either the left or right-hand side of the equal sign. If we read this from the left, 2 is 3 minus 1. And we can say 2 is the result of starting with 3 and processing it. If we read it from the right, we say 3 changed by 1 gets back to the value 2. The information we are conveying is the same in both cases, but we are using a different emphasis as our starting point. Now for 2 is 3 minus 1, instead of saying changed, which is very general, we can be more descriptive. 3 reduced by 1, 3 decreased by 1, and there are other possibilities. Now remember, it doesn't matter which side of the equal sign you choose to start on. Always read away from the equal sign if you begin on the right. So here, 2 is 3 minus 1. But if I want to focus on the 3 as the start of my investigation, I start 3 minus 1 gives 2. Notice the emphasis in the situation we are investigating can determine how we read equations. Now in the next lesson, we'll investigate type 3 maths. We did type 1 in the last lesson. We did type 2, the equations, in this lesson. And type 3 will complete our overview of what maths is. I hope to see you then.